can't sing but roll you a song, yeah. Wrong notes but the melody's so clear. When I'm lost I'm still close to gold, 'cause I found my treasure in you, and that's priceless, minute. And let me count my blessings. One life, 2 children, free time, 4 dreaming, 5 senses, 6 words. I found my treasure in you. And that's priceless, minute. And let me count my blessings. One life, 2 children, free time, 4 dreaming, 5 senses, 6 words. I found my treasure in you. In you. I found my treasure in you. Bronze, silver, gold, no, it's you. I found my treasure in you. Nothing less than that will do, 'cause I found my treasure in you. I can't sing but roll you a song, yeah.
Are we having a good time? We certainly are, aren't we? First people I'd like to invite down is Meg Jones and Sam Craven. Next is Prisha and Paul. And I would like to introduce to you the new Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Entree will be served now. And just before we start, England did win the Ashes.
You don't need a lot of money. Honey, you don't have to play no games. All I need is all your loving to get the blood rushing through my veins. I wanna
shout to table 7. What's going on over there? When I heard put your fork in the air, I thought, nearly doing speeches here, so I think it is Keisha who's first. There you go, my darling. Enjoy.
No Afrikaans. Hello. Alright, I apologise for my voice in advance. I've been partying pretty hard since I got here. I'm Keisha, I'm the maid of honour, so I've got the absolute pleasure to be standing next to my best friend today as she says her vows to the man of her dreams. I thought I'd stand here and tell you a couple of horror stories, and then I realised that Jess has probably got a much better memory than I do, so I thought I'd keep it sentimental and short and sweet, which is something that we're pretty good at without the sentimental part. So I am absolutely proud to see you standing here looking absolutely lovely today. Would you all agree? Stunning? Yeah. Ricky doesn't scrub up too bad. You're looking lovely, mate. I wanted to say thanks to Meg, who helped me organise the hens, which was really hard living in Melbourne. And yeah, I think you're an absolutely beautiful person, Jess. You're caring, you're funny, completely uncoordinated. But I'm just proud that I could be here today and spend the time with you. So I'm going to keep it nice and short and sweet and get everyone to raise their glass to Mr. and Mrs. Jones.
Mr. Thank you very much. How good was that? Okay, next person we got is Paul. Hey, here you go, son.
I thought the best man was after everyone, huh? Okay, guys, just want to say a few words here. So I'm just going to rattle off a couple of things. I don't have anything written down or anything like that. So it's just going to come off the cuff, and it's going to sort of come raw and come true and come from the heart, because the friendship I have with Ricky has really been a long one, and one that was built on love and built on trust, and built on all the qualities that he has and I have as people, which really makes us click as individuals to come together and really have something special. Really privileged to be sat next to you today. More really grateful to have you in my life, forthcoming and for the last 15 plus years, which are more in debt for you and for be there with me and supporting me for everything I've done in my life. Ricky sort of coming up and moving to a new country, it's one of the hardest things that I've done myself, and we've got people here at the wedding as well know how hard it is to come to a new country, to settle in, to meet new friends, to talk a different language to really start your life again is really a hard thing. But our parents do this for a reason, to give you a better life, to give you a better opportunity, and for Ricky's mum and dad to do what they done for Rick and gave him the opportunity to come into a lovely country like Australia and have weddings like this. I really don't think that he would have that opportunity being in back home or wherever he was. So that's just.
Did have a good cricket team.
Table 7 for the support, for the applause. Thanks very much. Table 6, still. No. Just saying, you got a long way to go till you get to the gangster level of table 7 over there. So I did need a bit of a confidence boost in my speech, and I thought I was going to sort of pick them up before Zip did, but glad I got the response over there, which is good. Back to Ricky's family and the support that they've showed him in the early years. I know how hard it was, and wanting to go back and to say, look, mate, this is the right thing to do. You need to be here. This is where your life is. He wouldn't be the man he is without these guys. So what I want to really, my first toast is to your family and how important they are to you. Listen to them to do the right things, because at the end of the day, they've always got your best interests at heart. Okay, so this is to your family. How I first knew about Ricky Jones was when I'm a year older than Rick at school, and there's always mad parties, like house parties, and someone said there's this new guy around, he's got this bleach blonde hair, thinks he's a bit of a ladies' man. We really should have a word with him and say, like, these women are ours around here. So, me being the central person I was, had a kind word with him, became his mate, and then the women started to flow on that way rather than having a different effect. Me and Rick really spent a lot of our teenage years together doing 3 or 4 things. We were either working, going out raving, going out to buy stuff to go raving, like vinyls and clothes and things like that. And that's really a good core of what we built our friendship on, because we had the same kind of likings and understandings of what we wanted to do. So every Friday, straight to the city, Central Stations, Dance Arena, spend your $300 a week you worked all hard for, on all vinyl, clothes, just to be that, to look good in the party on the Saturday night. So might have to sacrifice the goon, or go to Compton's house and get Paul Compton to get us a couple of beers, or Rob to the bottle to help us out there. Another good positive about being friends with Rick is parents always buy us alcohol, so that was always a good thing there. Just sort of thinking where I'm going to go for the next one after this one. So yeah, look, been his best mate since our early teens, like coming up to our 30s now. Doing the honourable thing with lovely Jess, lived with Jess for nearly 5 years now, and really happy to see you guys take the next step, even though you've sort of already been there, and I'm sure nothing's really going to change much apart from you're going to have a different name, and the love's still going to be there, and you're still going to have the same kind of relationship, which is great. Ricky as an individual, he can be very self-centered and very determined, and sometimes can be very, what's that, tunnel vision, when you got your eye on the goal, and whatever you've got around you it doesn't matter. If he wants to do something, he'll do it. He's very good like an entrepreneur skills, so always, even at school, like selling like Ralph Lauren polos out of the back of your car down at like a local pub, so made a few grand on that. So, and that's just not to even like flow on to things like now with his business, where he's very clever, very intricate, knows how to talk to people. He's not a dickhead. People want to just deal with normal people, and that's the what a catch. So I'm thinking of maybe some more things that I can tell you. So it's all up here. So not sure. Is it long enough? Right, one more toast. To the lovely girls, to the beautiful bride, to us boys, and for everybody to come here, take your time out, your work, your life, your family, to come here and to be as one for an event like this. Really, everybody needs to pat themselves on the back, because it's hard to do this, you know. Like, everyone's got their own agenda, everyone's got their own shit to deal with. To come over here and everyone be as one, let's all stand as one, raise your glass. Ricky and Jess.
Cheers, everyone. The next person to come up and have a speech is Mr. Rob Jones.
About 16 years ago, we, as a family, decided to emigrate to Perth. Rick was almost 13 years old. We decided to let Rick have his 13th birthday party before we left. We had about 20, 30 kids come round, both male and female. They all had a great time until it was time to leave. Then we had 20 or 30 screaming, crying kids, all hugging Rick, asking him not to leave, not to go. But obviously, we left. I don't think Rick really wanted to leave the key, but obviously we did. When we arrived in Perth, Rick was very lonely, missed his mates. He didn't talk to us much at all. for a long time. Yeah. And at this stage, we were wondering whether we did the right thing or not. Eventually, Rick got to know a few friends at school and never looked back. All these idiots here. He's got a great bunch of mates now. Well.
Majority.
Your majority. Thanks, Nick.
Shut up, Nick.
You're not one of them. A few years ago, Rick says to me, Dad, best thing you ever did was move us all to Australia. I felt proud. Well, Rick, if we didn't, you'd never have met this beautiful girl, Jess. And Jess, love you to bits. I now have 3 daughters, God help me.
We're not that bad.
I know you've just... Oh, where am I? Sorry. Jess, I know Rick is now your husband, but he's still my best mate.
Take a breath. Take a breath. Good to see you.
There's 3 people that I'd love to have been here tonight. It's my mum and dad and Rick's papa. Just raise your glass to Rick and Jess.
Rick and Jess.
There you go, people. Cheers, Rob. Next person that's going to talk is Graham.
I would only be given 45 minutes to talk about Jess, so I'll try and squeeze it in as far as I can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'd like to welcome you all here to celebrate the wedding of Rick and Jess. I've never been to a wedding where everybody has come from overseas, which is pretty unique. And I think really all the people from Wales as well have been over here enjoying it and having a great time. A couple of weeks ago, the wedding was looking very iffy. Volcanoes erupting and planes being grounded, etc. And the biggest problem I think we could have had was Bali run out of Bintang. But fortunately, it's all going to, work out pretty well, and we're all here today. From the first time Jess was born. That's pretty good. Anyway, I got it pretty right. Jess has never been one to look for attention, and she's always travelled through her childhood with a minimum amount of fuss. She's always given 100% to everything she's done, whether it's work or sport. No wonder she was a champion at Taekwondo.
Yeah.
There's not too many times I've seen Jess in tears, but I've got to share a couple of times with you. Like the time she had her tonsils out, and she was extremely distressed that time. And I know that was pretty serious because I've never seen her cry before. But, other times I think really she's gone through her life and always caused a minimum amount of fuss for us. But I think really with Jess, she's never been one to make up the numbers in life, and she's never been second place. It's not an option for her. And this is relevant today when she has not come second. Marrying Ricky today, she's come first. I do actually think Ricky is very much like Jess. They're both strong-minded and determined in everything they do. And I feel the biggest asset they have is the respect and love they have for each other. I've never seen a couple look so comfortable together. The bond between them is something very unique. They're like 2 peas in a pod. Seeing Jess here today on the most important day of her life looking so beautiful, brings a tear to my eye. And I'd like to welcome Ricky into our family. I'd now like you all to be upstanding and have a toast to Jess and Ricky. Thank you.
Congrats.
I think we should have another hand there for Graham, please. Okay, there's only one more speech left, and that is from the lovely Ricky and Jess themselves.
Hello, everyone. Just want to say, wow, really? You all look amazing. Really do.
Thank you.
Not as amazing as Mrs. Jones next to me, though.
Me and Mrs. Jones, right?
Shut up, Bob. No, I'm really on a serious one now, though. Just thank you. I don't know where to go from there with it. It's amazing that you've took the time, the effort, and you're here. We love you. We really do. Every single one of you. Without you, we wouldn't have this night. So, again, thank you. It means the world to me. And Jess.
We'll see that, mate.
I'd also like to thank Global Weddings because, again, wow, this is all I ever wanted really. When we seen it, I always thought, you know, I'll have it in my head, but it was never like this. So a big round of applause to them. I'm gonna hand you over to Jess Jones.
Now I'm up here holding the mic, I don't really want to do this. But just to add on from Rick, like thanks to everyone who has gone through so much effort to get here, rebooking flights and all that with the volcano, like must have been an absolute nightmare for you, and we appreciate that so much. Like you guys didn't have to do that, but a lot of you I know have made it. Like a lot of you have made it all the way from the UK, and then you've got the other ones that have all like paid for new flights and all that sort of stuff, and we appreciate that one so much. I'm not sure you should all be congratulating Ricky because stereotypically my wifey skills are lacking, like cooking and cleaning. I've got a lot. I've left a lot to be desired. I've probably put more effort into perfecting my skills in booking holidays, online shopping, and drum and bass raving.
What's wrong with that?
It depends what you admire in a life. Now, I'd like to tell you that when me and Rick first met, that it was a Cinderella story. I walked into the ballroom in my gown, and I looked amazing, and I was swept off my feet by Prince Charming. But really, it was probably after a game of Good of Fortune, and I staggered into G-Spot. Got down in my Diamante studded jeans to R. Kelly's Ignition on the dance floor before trying to find Keisha, who was probably trying to neck on with Liam, Ian, or Nick. So after that, Ricky swept me out into the car park and continued to give me compliments about my great tits, which unfortunately for him are on the way down. So, 7.5 years later, here we are. And Ricky proposed to me over a meat pie with a tomato sauce smart face. So whoever said the way to a man's heart was through the stomach was true. So saying yes to the ring didn't prevent me from having certain fears about getting married. Was I doing the right thing? Am I marrying the right person? But to get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. You don't marry to make yourself happy. You're married to make someone else happy, and more than that, you're marrying for a family. Not just for the in-laws and all of that, but for your future children and who you want to raise them, who you want to influence them. Marriage isn't selfish and for you alone. Marriage is about the person that you want and the life that you want with them. We will constantly change. We won't stay the same people we are today, and in 5 years' time, we will have changed again. change will come, and in that we have to re-choose each other every day and accept that you don't love someone because they're perfect, you love them in spite of the fact that they're not. And this goes against, this thinking goes against the grain of today's philosophy, which is if it doesn't make you happy, you can take it back and trade it in and get a new one.
Wow.
Selfishness demands what's in it for me, meanwhile love asks what can I give. Well, Ricky Jones, I give you my word that I'll love you through the good and the bad and tell you that every day. And why do I promise this? Because you make me laugh, the bellyache, no sort of laugh. Because you smile at least, you make me smile at least once every day, even when I'm in a horrible mood. Because you understand me when I'm sleepy, just like I understand when you're hungry. Because you look after me no matter how many walls I walk into. because you still give me a kiss goodbye every morning, even before you leave, even if I'm semi-conscious to sleep. And because when I randomly dance all over you in the wardrobe or the bathroom, that looks in no way sexual, more like a drowning Asian person upon her beach. You just join in instead of thinking I'm a crazy person. And because it would be impossible not to love you, because I love you without question, without calculation, without reason, faithfully, and with all my heart and soul. But mostly because you love me and want me to be part of your family, so we can be smiley face forever.
Hey Rick, when are you going to learn to speak like her?
My word. A meat pie.
You're in trouble, buddy.
How'd you get that with a meat pie? Yeah, some meat pies over. Anyway, I believe that the main course is about to start, people, so enjoy the main meal.
Thank you.
I got love, one love, and that's it. Take your fist and make a peace sign with it. I got love, one love.
Ricky Jones and Jess Jones, where do you think you're going?
Take your fist and make a peace sign with it.
Excuse me. Get back on that dance floor. It is now time for the first dance, so take it away.
Me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We meet every day at the same cafe at 6:30, and no one knows she'll be
Can I
there.
please ask the bridal party to please join in?
Holding hands, making all kinds
Round of applause,
plans,
people.
while the jukebox plays our favorite song. Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. We got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We gotta be
Okay, people,
extra
if there's anyone there that wants to join in, please get up and cut a
we
rug.
don't build our hopes up too high.
Come on, people.
She's got her own obligations, and so do I. Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. trust to believe in. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough.
Right, everybody, get on the dance floor now. Table 5, table 7, come on, get on there.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. Too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown. uptown funk you up. I said uptown funk you up, uptown funk you up, uptown funk you up, uptown funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it, if you freak dead and own it, don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it, well,